Спасибо, прошу. Спасибо большое. Убедились, что этот формат полезен. Если кто-то вознамерится вмешаться в происходящие события со стороны, то они должны знать, да, и будут создавать для России неприемлемые для нас угрозы стратегического характера, они должны знать, что наш ответно-встречные удары будут молниеносными, быстрыми. У нас есть для этого все инструменты, такие, которыми не может сейчас похвастаться никто, а мы хвастаться не будем. Мы будем их использовать, если потребуется. И хочу, чтобы все об этом знали. Принято. В результате мы не просто, принимая меры, о которых я только что сказал, смягчили, но, как уже было сказано, отразили, блокировали самый первый, как считали на Западе, сокрушительный удар от нелегитимных санкций против нашей страны. Наша банковская система, национальная валюта, транспорт, торговля, экономика в целом устояли и не посыпались. Нет. Наоборот, располагают сейчас хорошим ресурсом для развития, для запуска новых проектов в инфраструктуре, промышленности, в освоении и раскрытии потенциалов всех наших регионов, инвесторов. Все эти задачи для развития национальной юрисдикции без поучений и вмешательства.
All right, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Kalpala Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, Barak Yahushai Kadash. Step on to the elder apostle of Great Milton, woo will, and sincere citations to the oxen and put to the truth across the four corners of the earth, to the fear and power of Yahweh, Barak Yahushai, that the hope will let, and who the world inwardly call God, his name Yahweh, and who the world inwardly call Jesus Christ, his name Yahushai, and who the world inwardly Glocky and the 12 tribe of Israel, that are so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Indian, those who line the thin go back to one of the 12 tribe of Israel, due to the gathering among the nations. All right, the Putin basically making a threat to the West, of course, is the NATO and the EU, it's the beast. Okay, the NATO, Russia is not a part of the beast. All right, not part of the beast, not part of the NATO and the EU. Okay, the Putin threatened lightning fast reaction if Russia attempt to interfere in Ukraine. Okay, that's at what point it was, because speaking Russian. Right here, he said basically about the missile. Basically, they have the technologies, capability, mental capability that the West, America, the NATO, and the EU don't have. All right, it's a thing no one else can boast of having now, and we will not boast. We will use them if necessary. All right. And he talked about that missile. Okay, I did a video on it days ago. Studio. All right, concerning the missile, this right here. Okay, Russia to test the StarMac ICBM. All right, and the West don't have nothing on that level. All right, on that nuclear capability. Okay. All right, so I wanted to use the scripture because it's prevalent to this situation that's going on. All right, that's the whole World War III brewing. All right, and other prophecy as well. This is Ezekiel 38:10. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall thing come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Right? Who is it talking about? You read up. Verse 1, it said, "In the word of the Lord, Yahweh shall try came unto me things, son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them." And that's talking about currently Russia today. Okay? So we go down, all right? Gearing up for World War III, that is, all right? Down to 10th verse, it said, "Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought." Okay? "And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages," and I talk about America. Okay? Because ultimately, a wall is a defense mechanism. And America really don't have any type of defense that can basically go up against or defeat Russian missiles. All right, because their new missile they have, it can evade any missile. All right, it can go around and all type of stuff. All right, and that's also the spirit of the Lord, because what does it say? Shall not break rank. Yeah, this is Joel 2. Oh, I should have brought this. I forgot to read this scripture. Yeah, I missed it, but it's all good. It's all good. I'll start at 1. Joel 2 and 1. "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion." All right, and that's what we're doing. All right, we're blowing the trumpet among our people, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. But only the elect gonna hear that. All right, only the elect gonna take heed to that. All right, and sound the alarm in my holy mountain, and let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, because it can affect everybody, not just the children of Israel, but all the other nations as well. All right. "For the day of the Lord, Yahweh shall try coming, for it is nigh at hand, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of cloud and a thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There had not been ever a light, neither shall be any more after it, even the year of many generations." Right, because this day of darkness and gloominess is the time of Jacob, going to be the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, the tripping of the people. Okay, and after that, it's going to be World War III and the nuclear missile. Okay, it said a bower, verse 3, a fire, and this is talking about the nuclear missile. "A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth." All right, and that's talking about the missile. All right, because they, the fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. Right, because the fire, once it hit its target, it going to devour. All right, going to destroy it. And the flame behind it is what to propel these missiles into the atmosphere. Okay? "The land is as the Garden of Eden," right? Paradise. Eden means paradise, Idan. All right? "Before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness," right? Because it's going to be obliterated. It's going to leave a desert-like state. Okay? "And behind them a desolate wilderness, yeah, and nothing shall escape them." All right, nothing can escape them. "The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as horsemen, so shall they run," because how fast and powerful they're going to be. "Like the noise of chariot on the top of the mountain shall they leap." All right, that's how high they can be flying. Okay? Like I said, check out this video. I was going into that. Into the capability and specification of these missiles that Russia have. Okay, how it can circumvent the whole globe before it hit its target. "Like the noise of a flame of fire and devoured the stubble, as a strong people set in battle away. Before their face the people shall be much pain, all faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war." Right, because they're not going to climb an actual wall. All right. And that also goes back to left off All right, the unwalled village in Ezekiel 38 and 11. Okay, wait, back to after this. Okay, a war, and they shall march every one on his way, and they shall not break their rank. All right, like I said, the United States don't have no type of defense mechanism to make these ICBM missiles break their rank or miss their target. All right, especially when it could be the fear of the Lord upon these missiles as well. Okay, neither shall one, and they shall not break their rank. Neither shall one trust another. They shall walk everyone in his path, and when they fall upon the floor, they shall not be wounded. Right, got another missile not gonna destroy them. All right. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. All right. And they shall climb up upon houses. They shall enter in the window like a thief. All right. It's going to happen out of nowhere. All right. You ain't going to know when these missiles are going to come. All right. Until you see the missile in the sky. Because these missiles can get here in 30 minutes or less. All right. Come from Russia and China and these other different countries. All right, the earth shall quake before them. All right, because it shall whirl to and fro like a drunkard. Because that's how many missiles are going to be shot off, all right, into this place. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. All right, all that will block out that the suns and the light, man, all the missiles. All right, now let's go back to Ezekiel 38. And 11, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest. America. All right? America ain't have a theme war on its territory, landmass, so to speak. All right? Because they don't have, I was thinking about this months ago, how, like, you know, the whole thing going on in Ukraine and stuff, how all out there in the Middle East and Europe and stuff, they have mental siren to let you know that mental is incoming. We don't have that in America. All right, we don't have mental siren nowhere here in America. All right, the only siren you do have is when there's a hurricane coming. All right, but as far as mental and let you know a war is imminent or mental coming, you don't have that here in America. Why? Because we're not in a war-like place as opposed to Europe and in the Middle East and stuff like that. All right, and that's why we're over here in America. They're at rest. That dwell safely, all of them dwelling without wall and having neither bar nor a gate. See that? Well, they are chilling. All right, here in here's yep, that's pretty much it on that, man. Just wanted to bring that how because the scriptures say that he the Most High it's probably 19 to 20. There are many devices in a man's heart, which is mine. Never let the counsel of the Lord, the Yahweh shall try that shall stand. Right, because he put it in the leader's mind. I'm trying to find a scripture right now. Got another one. Men going of the Lord. That's another one though. Proverbs. Here it is. Found it. I'm gonna use these scriptures. We end it on that there, boy. It's Proverbs 15:1. The preparation of the heart in men with the mind, and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. The how about shall shine. Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart, and Putin is a king, all right, a so-called king, is the president of Russia. All right, which is the king's heart is the mind, is in the hand of the Lord. The Haba shall shine as the river of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. See that? So the Lord is control of these leaders doing these things, saying these things. All right, everything they say and do is of the Lord Yahweh shall shine. Okay, and that's why I picked instead this. All right, because this is of the Lord. All right, like I said in that video about the mental, it's the Lord in the nation. All right, it's just that they open up His armory of in the nation. That is the Lord's weapon. All right, He just gave it to Esau to use to destroy Himself. Okay, but I'm gonna end it at that right there. So with that, I want to say, to water, Yahweh shall shine. And with that, shalom.